A man was peeing in the desert. He was drawn to a pile of rocks ahead. Curious, he brushed away the sand. He found what looked like a piece of gold. He wanted to keep it for himself, but he turned and saw the driver. After a moment of hesitation, he waved the driver over. The driver crouched down. He took out a lighter and burned the object. It didn't change color. It was real gold. Both got excited and started digging around. Beneath the sand, they uncovered a small gold mountain. They used all their strength but couldn't move it. When night came, they made a fire and sat by the gold. The driver suggested one guard the gold, while the other drive to town to get an excavator. The trip would take at least 4 or 5 days. The driver claimed he had survival experience and offered to stay behind, letting the man go to town. But the man was just a hitchhiker. He knew nothing about the area and decided to stay with the gold. Each had their own thoughts. Seeing the man so determined, the driver agreed. But before leaving, he left the man only a little drinking water and a satellite phone. After the driver left, the man buried the gold again to hide it. He set up a simple camp near a dead tree. The desert sun burned the ground. With no shade, he couldn't sleep until early morning. He woke the next day and sighed with relief. The gold was still there. Then he noticed a glint in the distance. He went to look and found pieces of metal wreckage. Not far away was a crashed small plane. The cabin could have been a shelter, but he couldn't leave the gold. So he took some metal sheets and dragged them back to the dead tree. He reinforced his camp and finished quickly. He could clearly see the gold from inside. Finally, he lay down to rest, but the extreme heat soon gave him a painful rash. Looking at the gold, the man regretted staying. He broke off a small piece with a rock and planned to leave. Just then, the satellite phone rang. The driver said he had found an excavator and was on his way back. So the man changed his mind and stayed. Just like that, the man guarded the desert for 2 more days. His food and water were almost gone, but the driver still wasn't back. Then a strange vehicle passed by. The man felt tempted again. He thought about hitchhiking away, but couldn't bear to leave the gold. After hesitating, he chose to stay. He called the driver to urge him to hurry. The driver only said vaguely that he was on the way. Suddenly, a pack of wild dogs surrounded the man. They moved closer step by step. What he didn't know was that the driver was watching calmly through binoculars nearby. He had already returned, but was letting the man die to keep all the gold. The man was pounced on and bitten by the wild dogs. He could no longer guard his gold. He lost his life in the attack. Seeing this, the driver smiled with satisfaction. He drove the excavator toward his gold mountain, but as he prepared to dig, a sharp arrow suddenly pierced his chest.